met Jennifer recently on a course that we've been doing together with Connie Holmes, and I love Jennifer. She's very authentic, very real, and you're a witch.
Yes.
So, and I know there'll be a lot of people fascinated on here about that. So, do you know what? Tell us more. How did you know that you were a witch? Tell us the story, if you don't mind. Share with us.
Discovering that I was a witch was a really long process, I think, but I would say anybody who is wanting to awaken that witch or understand that witch within, a really powerful awakener is reading the book Witch by Lisa Lister. I didn't read it. I listened to it on Audible, and it is chef's kiss. It will help you to understand if you're a natural witch or you have witch lineage. It's in your bloodline and it was driven underground. It'll unearth that, and the knowledge will come to the surface. So it made me realize that things that I had already been doing innately and didn't realize they were witchy, that I'd always been a witch. I kind of turned around and saw it in my life all the way back to my childhood. And
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it started, I went professional with being a witch about 5 years ago. I realized it for myself, I would say about 7 or 8 now. I've been working with it behind the scenes and then kind of went professional and out in the open.
Yeah. So how did it start? I mean, you said it went all the way back from when you were a child. Are you okay to share that with us?
Oh, for sure. So I was born this way. I was born very psychic and had a lot of paranormal experiences in my childhood. When I was very young, my sister passed away, and then my mom passed away before I was 2 years old. So I was able to still feel them. I was able to still have experiences with them. I remembered past lives before when I was a child. I would tell my dad. I remember I told my dad when I was 3, he was carrying me and he was telling me that I had to take a nap. And I was like, you can't tell me what to do. Like, I'm not taking this nap. I'm older than you. And I remember putting my little arms like this. And I was like, that's not happening. And I'm talking to him. His face is right here. And I'm telling him, I am older than you. I said, you start out big and you grow little. I said, and I remember when you had a dog, and I described a dog that was black and fluffy. And of course, to my little tiny protest, he didn't listen and put me to bed. But after my nap, at some point, obviously I don't know time frame because I grew up, and my grandma reminded me of that. We were talking about that story, and she showed me a picture of the dog that I described that day when he was putting me down for a nap. My dad had that dog when he was 15.
Oh, wow.
I was born when my dad was 24.
Okay.
I don't know how I saw that dog. So that is prime example of things that it occurred my whole life. And I was very different as a child, but I tried to kind of skate by and I tried to be normal. I tried to just fit in and just I didn't know what was so different about me or why I was so different. And I really thought that other people were like me. It was after graduating and moving out that it started to kind of really blossom and be something a force I couldn't control anymore. It was something I had to take a look at. My psychic abilities really expanded, and I moved into a haunted house.
Okay. Purpose?
Yeah. Huh?
You chose to move into a haunted house? Or
I did not know that it was that way when I moved in.
Just that your psychic abilities brought them out, or you were able to communicate with them?
I moved in with somebody, and the person had lived there for a full year and had never experienced anything. As soon as I moved in, it was a male energy. It did not like me. It didn't want me there. It began to attack me.
Oh my goodness.
I was sitting there I didn't know what was going on at first. And it was angry that I was in its space and it wanted me out. And I didn't know that's what was happening. Like, I'd be in the kitchen cooking dinner and I would go to the living room and all of a sudden my food would be on high and boiling. And I thought it's a malfunction of the stove or something, right? Like, but I was like, how can a stove malfunction like that? But I was too young to know what was happening. I didn't know what was happening. And I remember one time I was in the bathroom and I had shut the faucet down. You know, it was one of those that you lift the handle up to get the water to come out or push it down to get it to go off. And I had closed it off, shut the light off, and I was walking out, and all of a sudden I heard the sink turn full blast on again. And I was like completely puzzled how that could have happened. I just stood there staring at it, feeling so strange. And after that happened, I was reading a book one night, and the lamp was on next to me, but the lights in the room were off. And I saw this disembodied hand. It was just a smoky, ghostly looking hand slapped me right in the face.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
And my paranormal experiences kind of escalated from there. So that was when I started seeking help from other psychics, honestly. I never really found a mentor or help for any of that. I had to kind of feel my way through the dark. My grandmother, who was the person that kind of took the role after my mom passed away in my life, nurturing me, she passed away when I was 23. And that really escalated things. I could feel her the moment she passed away. I could hear her. She's walked with me since then. I'll be 45 tomorrow.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. And I can still hear her. She still gives me messages. And so for a long time, it was just a spiritual exploration. It was, I'll never forget, like, something in me was so driven. One night it was New Year's Eve and everybody in the house was being so lame. They all went to bed. It wasn't even ball drop. And I was like, are you serious? So I was sitting on my parents' computer researching pendulums and all this stuff. And I was just fascinated. And my mom and dad were sleeping and everybody was asleep. So I printed off a whole bunch of stuff, like a stack like that. I don't even know how much ink I went through, but I just was like so fascinated. I was gobbling it up. And I went home and I remember the next day. So it's the 1st of January. And I had some bits and bobs that were laying around the house, a broken necklace, a crystal a piece of wire. I made a pendulum and it worked and it moved to questions that I asked. And I was so amazed. So then began my fascination with divination and I began doing psychic fairs. So it started there, right? As the evolution of the whole situation happened, like, I was really leaning into my psychic abilities and understanding them, but using my witchy abilities, leaning into herbs. And I've had a fascination with crystals my entire life. I've been connected to nature. I've always had a direct connection to source, whatever you want to call that, higher creation energy. We converse directly. I always have. I thought everybody did.
Okay.
And so when I got to, it was right before a really transformative time in my life. I got the book Witch by Lisa Lister, and it woke me right up because I was about to shift and I didn't know my life was about to shift. And I needed that. I needed to have the belief in myself and the knowledge of who I really am.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So I take it you really feel as though you've been here many times before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Can't get rid of me.
and then
he burned me, but I'm back.
Jennifer, do you help other people pass over then who are stuck in this realm? Is that what you do?
I do. I've helped people who are stuck. The ghosts come and find me. I've worked with death a long time. Like I said, it started as a child. And so then I also, for 15 years, I worked as a CNA and helped people at their last days of life. And it was a blessing. I still love my grandmas and grandpas, always will, always have. And so I have a very interesting relationship with those liminal spaces. And it's what made me realize, shit, I'm a witch. Like I've been a witch the whole time. And now I own it. I've had the blessing of being at those final moments with several people.
Yeah. Yeah. And help them move,
yes.
transition.
I call their ancestors. I open the gate so that they have safe passage and they don't get lost or stuck or hold on to anything here that may weigh them down over there. And vice versa. I work with the people here who are still, curious or don't have a full firm idea or knowing of where did my loved one go? Where are they now? Can I still have a relationship with them?
Yeah.
I'm that bridge. I bridge that gap, it's like Ghost. I'm your whoopee.
you bridge the gap and you help people connect to the souls.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Yes. And then my hope is that when they leave my space, they have even just a mustard seed of faith that they truly and genuinely spoke to that person and have the potential to do that in their own, in their life on their own. Because I feel the knowingness of being able to have a relationship, it does not replace, right? It's different. But I have watched several people thrive from the knowingness of the relationship that they can still have and become successful in building a new life and incorporating that person in a healthy way from the other side.
Yeah. So you help them move on.
Yeah.
Embrace all the good memories of what they had and open up a new relationship where they can still talk to them and speak to them and love on them. It's just that they're in a different realm.
Yeah, and it becomes magical. Like I said, my grandma's been gone since I was 23 and I'm about to be 45. So that is a lot longer than I had her, And so she's who told me to open this space. I didn't even know we were going to open the cauldron. She told us last year in September that it was going to happen, and it happened before the end of October.
So Jennifer, because I'm in North Carolina, people will be watching this all over the world. Where are you? Where?
I am in DeForest, Wisconsin. I'm the village witch. So my fiance Crystal and I were instructed by Spirit last year about this time to open the cauldron. It's called the Comfy Cauldron. She's a massage therapist. I'm a psychic and witch. And we offer services in a safe place for people that are in the LGBT community, but also are maybe, gifted in different ways like us.
Yeah. So, and then out of interest, because you said, Jennifer, that you didn't have a mentor or somebody to walk you through this. Do you do that for other people now?
Yeah, I do. We have a spiritual group that meets the first Wednesday of every month to help people from 6 to 7 p.m. It is in person. We do live on our Facebook channel. I have a TikTok. I don't talk. I'm putting more information now in order about what needs, what I actually do or who I am or how I got here. So people have kind of Hansel and Gretel breadcrumbs to follow, to understand for themselves. I kind of, ADHD squirreled it and it's all over the place, but there is some information already out there if people are looking for that. But otherwise I do video chats. I do phone sessions and in-person sessions as well if people are looking for direct mentoring.
Yeah, because like you said, there'll be may well be people watching this who are thinking, "That's me," and and there may be young people watching this and going, "Oh, I thought I was just weird and crazy, and there's these things happening to me, and I've got an entity, or this is happening, or you know." So it's nice that they could potentially reach out to you. Is that right, Jennifer?
Absolutely. And one of the most powerful ways, like I said, that book Witch by Lisa Lister will really help to awaken the witch. But another way is on YouTube. There is this video. It's 10 signs that you're a natural witch. And I think that's almost the exact title. I feel like the signs are really similar with all of us. It's paranormal experiences, having psychic abilities, usually being the one that in the peer group or in large groups of people that everyone wants to consult with. Like they want your advice, or they can feel your witchy vibes. And then being able to manifest, even if you do it to a degree where you screw things up, right? Because we do both bless and curse ourselves. That's another day, another conversation. But if to a degree you are very able to get what you want, those are really charmed signs. And then animals are drawn to you. You're drawn to crystals, you're drawn to natural elements, you find peace or healing in nature or water. Those are all signs like you're a natural witch.
Yeah.
Feeling a little witchy, Claudia, are you?
Well, yeah, because actually, I don't mind saying, got my crystals all here. I found this one in Austria when I was 19 years old. And I've kept
What is it?
Great big lump of quartz.
Ooh, beautiful.
So yes, I don't mind saying I've got all my got some fool's gold there. Yeah.
Yeah, pyrite is so good. It's a very gentle, grounding energy. It's very protective.
Yeah. So no, and so yeah, I don't often necessarily talk about it because I don't necessarily say do it, but if things come, they come.
Everybody's different, and I say to a lot of my clients that come in that do have abilities, because they worry that means that they're going to have to become the Long Island medium tomorrow. And I'm like, sweetheart, this is not it's not for show. There are some of us who are meant to do it on a grander level or a bigger stage, because we are lighthouses helping other people learn and understand. And we came here, we signed up for that shit, but not everybody did. Sometimes you're just the protector and the balancer in your family or in your friend group or at your work. A lot of healers, it's so funny because my clients obviously don't know each other, and I'm the only common denominator. So I see the patterns. Healers that don't know they're healers or do their healing work for the public under the guise of another profession are often hairdressers, bartenders, what else do
Massage therapists.
Yes, massage therapists, but also very mundane nail techs. They're all these super amazing healers, and they're just cutting their hair. They don't realize, but in old cultures, altering your hair is a sacred process. So when you go to somebody who is a magical hairdresser, and not everybody has the hands for it, because some people are doing a job, but some people are doing a service, you see? And then when you sit in that chair, their energy that comes out of their hands and the magic they're putting love into you. And then you come out and you can see it, and that love lasts on you. It's glamour magic. Yeah. They're putting literally their love energy into you, and it lasts for a good bit.
Yeah, no, I totally see that. Totally do. So, you have I love the name, the Comfy Cauldron. It's just one. So, who came up with that name?
We tossed it around for a while, and we wanted something that really put both of us together, and we comfy. Obviously, we wanted it to be very comfortable, and cauldron is a soup pot or a mixing space where things come together.
Yeah.
So that's where we were like, oh, and a cauldron is so witchy, right?
Of course it is. Yeah. So, no, I think it's wonderful, wonderful. So, Jennifer, if well, we'll put your links in below, and you've got a shop. Do you sell things online as well?
Some things we do. That is a work in progress because we're small, but we absolutely do have some things. And if anybody wanted to see anything up close or was like, hey, do you have this? I would absolutely be willing to look into that, because I do make my own deck. I produced my own oracle deck. That is on the site. Oh, the glare. That's terrible. Oh, shoes.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, nice.
I am not good at that. That was horrible, but that's okay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
But I think I do have my own deck out on for sale. That is one thing I know we have online.
Okay. Oh, nice, nice. Okay. Well, we'll take your website and so people can get in touch with you. And I love it. So, out of interest, is there something that you can leave everybody with? Because we've got the holidays are here, everybody's in it. What's a wonderful little saying that everybody could just run through their mind?
You know, Spirit has been talking to me about, there's a goals that we have in mind and places that we want to go and things we want to become. And that's essentially the summit of the mountain, right? But the beginning of the journey and the end of the journey, the summit of the mountain, the culmination are two fleeting moments. We spend most of our time in the climb, but yet we very seldom take time to be feeling the blessing and the joy of the climb. And they keep reminding me that those moments of the top are so fleeting, and the rest of it's the climb, and I should embrace it. So we may not be exactly where we want to be or have exactly what we want to have, but stop and look around, because it's the moments in between those breaths that are just as much of a blessing as the summit.
I love that, Jennifer. Enjoy the journey.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Enjoy it now. What a wonderful way to leave it. So, everybody, thank you for watching. Thank you, Jennifer. And it's goodbye from me, Claudia Ricard, and it's goodbye from Jennifer. There you go. Thanks.